Success doesn't look like fancy cars and big houses. Success is up here. So look at this chair behind me, right? If this is me, if you can move a tree, if you could uproot a tree and put it in the sea, why can't you make $1,000 a day? Why can't you make $10,000 a day? Why can't you make $100,000? Honestly, I have no idea how to start this video. I'm not gonna lie. I was making a bunch of shorts today, and I was making a lot of reels, and because recently, that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to crank out my short-form content. I've been uploading relatively on a schedule, kind of, but I was making a reel, and I thought that, I was going to talk about why you shouldn't fear, and I was going to talk about why I didn't know what I was doing, or, I had a bunch of ideas, but I honestly think this would do much better in a video. Plus, I'm kind of due to make one. So I thought, I don't really know where I'm going, okay? Honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing. Obviously, that's kind of a lie. Like, I know how to day trade. I have an idea of what I want to do with YouTube, but I don't really know how or what this is going to lead me. How I'm going to become successful, how I'm going to do all this stuff. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know where that's going to happen, but I do know it's going to happen. Being successful doesn't come from your acts. It comes from your beliefs, it comes from your mindset, and it comes with where you put your trust and your understanding. If I lean on my own understanding and I try to do my own things my own way, and I just try to brute force my way into doing it, sure, I might see some temporary success, but I won't see long-term success. One of the reels that I wanted to make was, it was supposed to go something like, do not fear because blah, 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 blah. I don't really know. I didn't have a great script that I was going on with that one. But people try to do what they want to do by their own works, and that's not how it works. And that was kind of funny. Being successful doesn't come from actions. It doesn't come from doing something that someone else hasn't done, because the odds of you actually doing something that someone hasn't already tried to do, you're not going to find that in the 21st century. But what you will find is you will find trial and error, you will find religion, and you will find success, actually. If you are leaning on your own understandings and you are stressed about the future, you're worried, you don't really know where it's going to go, well, the only advice that I can offer you, success doesn't look like fancy cars and big houses. Success is up here. Success is in the mind. If you are profitable, not just with money, but if you're profitable in knowledge, if you're profitable in freedom, if you're profitable in spirit, that is what success looks like. And that is how you become successful. Because if you are working every day to be better up here, then that's how manifestation works. If you train your mind, eventually your surroundings, your environment, everything around you will shape to what you're doing up here. That is what I'm trying to spread. That is what I'm trying to teach you guys, right? Obviously, I'm still working on it myself. I'm not where I want to be yet either. But if you can learn how to focus your own potential and your own energy up here, and you can grow your mind and not rely on your own understandings, right? I might be cooking here, okay? Don't rely on yourself. Rely on, the Father, okay? And if you can rely on Him, not your own understandings, but His, okay, up here, because, you got the little divine Trinity, the Holy Spirit, which lives in all of us. He is also giving you, He's the one speaking through me right now in this speech, all that. You don't rely on yourself, you rely on Him. How are you going to fail if you have Him with you? The creator of the universe, the guy that creates all the plans, the guy that does literally everything. He formulates all the plans. He formulates everything so it lines up and so everything works. Everything builds up against another. You fall down, you get right back up, and you grow even more than you fell, right? You reap 10 times of what you lost. All of that happens. None of it's not coincidental. And I don't know if people realize that, right? And people must not, because otherwise they would be, that's like look at this chair behind me, right? If this is me, if I'm on the top of this chair, right? My goals are right here, right? That's the average human. They don't shoot. They're not looking at the ceiling, right? You can't even see my hand. That's how high my goals are, right? It's crazy, but that's coming to me right now. If you were strong enough in faith, I don't remember what verse this is. I don't remember what book it's in. I found it. Okay. There's a verse, okay? And it goes something like this. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it will obey you. Tell me that is not something insane. Tell me that in Luke 17, chapter 6, or in Luke chapter 17, verse 6, he is saying, if you have faith of this big, you could move a tree, a mulberry tree. You could tell it to uproot itself and to go plant itself into the sea, and it will abide you. Because all you need is a little bit of faith, and you can accomplish anything. That is what he's trying to tell you right there. That is what he's trying to say. That is the message that I am trying to portray to you, is that if you have faith, even if it's this much faith, all you need is a little bit of faith, right? If you have a little bit of faith, right? My goals don't, and I wanted to achieve these goals, right? I'm not going to achieve these goals. I'm going to achieve these goals. I'm going to achieve all the way up here. It's the little things that the little itty bitty things. Do you know how big a mustard seed is? Right? Let me search that up real quick. Okay, this is crazy. A mustard seed. I don't know if y'all know what a mustard seed is, but it says that a mustard seed is 1 to 2 millimeters. I don't even think I could get that small with my fingers. I don't think you guys could see how small a mustard seed actually is, okay? But if you have enough faith as a mustard seed, a tiny little 1 to 2 millimeter seed, you could uproot a tree and move it into the sea. That is absurd. Back to the original thing that I was talking about, why do you fear? Why are you scared? Why do you have anxiety? Why are you worried about the future? Because, as Luke said, again, I'm bringing it back up, in chapter 17, verse 6, if you have this much faith, you can literally move a tree. If you can move a tree, if you could uproot a tree and put it in the sea, why can't you make $1,000 a day? Why can't you make $10,000 a day? Why can't you make $100,000 a day? That's so much easier. That's just cash. Why can't you just it's not even cash these days. It's all digital. Why can't you just make numbers appear into account? But you move a tree, a physical tree that's uprooted, right? You could, come on. Why are you scared? Why are you stressed about the future when you have unlimited potential, literally unlimited potential? You could do anything and you're still worried and you still have fear about things that don't even matter, right? Like tiny little things that happen to you in your life that make something so small seem so large, or even if it is something big that happens to you, right? Obviously, I'm not saying don't be sad, don't be mad. I'm not saying disregard your emotions. You're human. You're born with emotions. You will experience emotions. But don't let your emotions control you, is what I'm trying to get at. Because deep down, everyone understands, or everyone has the Holy Spirit with them, okay? Whether you like it or whether you don't, everyone has one. Everyone has, I don't know what it is, but everyone has like a little thing in them that makes them connected to God. And if you put all of your little worries into that little ball, they just disappear. And if you ask that little ball, if it can take stuff away from you, why can't it give it? Right? I want to drop a video later about some of the things that I overcame in my life that I'm still overcoming. And I'm not going to drop that now, but, there's a lot of things that you can do through God. And there's a lot of things that I thought were impossible to overachieve and to actually make happen. One of those things was starting a YouTube channel, right? I didn't think it was possible. Now look at me. Obviously, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm doing it, right? That's what counts. That's what matters. And yeah, so if you are lost and you don't really know where to go, and you're kind of just thinking to yourself, man, I don't really know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Or like you're letting your emotions creep in and start to control you. Just remember that you're not alone. You'll never be alone. And whatever you want to accomplish, if you have just this much faith, you can achieve anything. That's me, Chalk Trades. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help. Recently, I've been going crazy. You know, we are up, I think, 2 subscribers in the past freaking 15 minutes or something like that. I don't know. Y'all been, I had like a crazy amount of views on my last shorts, crazy amount of support. I had crazy amount of views on my last video I uploaded as well. You know, y'all are going crazy right now, and I appreciate that so much. It really does mean a lot, and I will try to upload a little bit more consistently for you guys. So, again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.